Hello, hello, hello. I almost said good morning. I had to catch myself there. I almost said good morning and welcome to the stream. It is not morning. In fact, it is afternoon. I slept in a little bit later today than usual, or at least that I have been. Um, I don't know, just exhausted. I was just exhausted, and I woke up and I was like, okay, let's get this day started, and then right back to sleep. Right back to sleep. So we are here finally. It is about 2 p.m. my time. We'll see who's going to get first in chat today. It's going to be Mint. What is up, Mint? I'm going to head over to the Discord really quick and send out some notifications just because I don't necessarily trust the bot to do that for me. So I'm going to send those out. I hope you're all having a fantastic day. Can't wait to hear from you guys. Danny, what is up? Welcome. I don't know why the chat box isn't popping up just yet, but it should work itself out in just a second. Snake, what is up, dude? Welcome. Welcome, welcome. We are here. let me get comments pulled up on my end. Hello, no name. Welcome, Ace. Good morning. Then, yeah, you might as well say good morning, right? Uh, welcome everybody. Today, guys, we're going to be talking about anxiety recovery. Make this your goal. Make this your goal. Now, you guys know that the goal is always the two main keys, right? Accepting positive behaviors and the accepting inner voice. However, we're going to narrow that down today even more specifically for anyone out there who may be struggling, for anyone out there who wants to have a more direct objective, I guess you could say. So that's what we're going to be doing today. Day one of putting all in practice, feeling good. I love it, Danny. I love it. Congrats on getting started, and keep going. Keep going. Rick, hello. Hope you're having a great day, Rick. Welcome, man. Hope you're doing fantastic. We'll give it a minute or two, let some people get in here who want to join us live. I love how well the YouTube notification works for me now. If anyone has issues with it, check your phone settings. Yes, check your phone settings. Something I normally don't think about when somebody comes to me and tells me they're having problems with that notification bell. But like Mint said, check your phone settings. Maybe there's something wonky going on in there if you're not getting the notifications for the streams and you do have that notification bell turned on. So, all right, guys. We're going to give this another minute or two. I don't want to get started too soon on this one. I don't want anybody, which I'm sure people will join us late, but I'd like to cut back on that as much as possible today. Things meant done more in today than in weeks. You gotta love it. You gotta love it, and your brain, most importantly, loves it. It loves to see it. So keep it up. I'm sure you'll experience your ups and your downs and challenge here and there, but just keep it up. Keep moving forward. You know what your goal is, so you know what your objective is. So keep working towards that. All right. All right. Now, there we go. Now chat is starting to fill up. Now those numbers are rising. I'm on the anxiety struggle bus today, definitely trying to use a positive voice and being productive, but it's intense today, which is good because that's bonus points, right? I bet you haven't thought of that. It's good. It's a good thing. It's bonus points. Anxiety learns while anxiety's turned on. Has it froze or is it just me? I hope it's just you. I hope it's just him. No offense, but I hope the stream's not frozen. Maybe just needs to refresh. I'll get started. We'll get started with the point of the stream right after somebody confirms whether or not it's just him. Are we still here? Everybody can see me? Everybody can hear me? We're all good? We're all good? Chat is filling up, so we'll go ahead and get started as soon as. Okay, it was. All right. Okay. Cool. All right. Keith, hello, welcome. Thank you, No Name, for confirming that. Congratulations, Danny. For real. Don't stop. If you have plans, go no matter how you feel. I'm practicing too. Proud of you. I love it, Kay. Why is my nose so itchy today? Are we gonna have an allergy day? I lived life, did the dishes despite odd tiredness feeling. Then I went to the glasses store. Glad I did. That is amazing. Meant to keep it up. So many positive comments today. All right, let's get started. That's how you know it's going to be a good stream. Anxiety recovery. Clear the throat. Anxiety recovery. Make this your goal. Now, if you've been on the channel for a while, you know what your goal is. Your goal is the two main keys. Your goal is practicing those two main keys, right? The accepting inner voice instead of so much negativity and positive behaviors. Very simply put, live your life. Do things, right? Do things, even though normally anxiety would drive you to the couch or to the bed. We want you to do things, and we want you to have productive days. So if you've been here for a bit, you know that your goal is very, very simple, the two main keys. But in this stream, we're going to do something a bit different. I'm going to try to put it even more directly. I'm going to try to be even more specific with it. I don't know how much more specific we can be, but I understand that this journey can be confusing, and I understand that this journey can be frustrating sometimes. So the more specific we can be, the better, and I'm going to give it another try to do that. So I've got a notepad here, and I've written down two things. So your goal, anxiety recovery, make this your goal. What I've got wrote here is very simple. It's very to the point. I'm going to read it out, and then we're going to talk about it. Anytime something triggers you, right? Anytime something triggers you, or you're triggered, just in general. It doesn't have to be something triggering you. Anytime something triggers you or you're triggered, remind yourself that that's okay because you're going to retrain your brain, right? And then out from that, I've got then do something. Then do something. Out of all the years you've spent on Google and the forums watching different videos from different people, it comes down to this. Some people are probably thinking, this guy is crazy. He just told me that I can make progress and I can heal and I can retrain my brain with what? The 3 sentences he just read off? Yes. Yes, and it doesn't need to be more complicated than that. So let's read it again. Anytime something triggers you or you're triggered, whatever the reason is irrelevant, remind yourself that that's okay because you're going to retrain your brain. And then out beside that, I've got then do something. So you can see how this is the two main keys wrote out, right? You can see how this is the two main keys basically just wrote out for you. So the accepting inner voice is right there. It's right there. The accepting inner voice. I'm going to retrain my brain. It's okay that I'm triggered. It's okay that my amygdala is throwing a fit over this, that, or whatever it's throwing a fit over. I'm going to take advantage of that and retrain my brain, right? So there's your accepting inner voice part of the equation wrote out for you, right? Then do something. Now comes the positive behaviors. Now comes the okay. My brain thinks there's a tiger. My brain thinks we're in a stage 5 alarm here, but I'm going to get up and I'm going to do something, whether that something is big, whether that something is small, doesn't really matter. I'm going to show my brain that the tiger doesn't exist. I'm going to get up and do something, pick something, right? Pick something and do something. So you see we've got the two main keys really just written out right there for you, right? Your objective. So automatically we're going from, oh gosh, I'm triggered, don't want to feel this, this is intense, too intense for me, and I don't like the way that this makes me feel. We're going from that negative second fear inner voice to an accepting inner voice with this is okay, I need to retrain my brain. So not only do you have that accepting inner voice coming into play there, right, with what I've got wrote here, but you've also got a clear objective now in your mind. This is okay that I feel this way. Going to take advantage of it. Going to retrain my brain, right? And then that's your encouragement, you could say. That is your encouragement to then get up and do the second part of the equation, which is to get living, to do something, to live your life, positive behaviors, rather than hit that anxiety form or go on Google, right? You've now got a clear objective, do something positive, right? Get up and do something positive. So, two main keys wrote out right there for you. Anytime something triggers you, remind yourself that that's okay because you're going to retrain your brain, right? That is your accepting inner voice. For anyone out there who's had a tough time trying to figure out what they want their accepting inner voice to be, now I'm giving you a very specific example of the accepting inner voice that you can steal and use, and steal it all you want. That's fine by me. Anytime something triggers you, remind yourself that that's okay because you're going to retrain your brain. Then do something. Then do something. Do something positive. Do something productive. Do something fun. Put a smile on and do something, right? You might have to force yourself to do that something, and that's okay. Maybe it does take a little bit of force. Maybe it feels a little bit unnatural. Maybe it feels kind of strange. All that's fine. Of course it feels strange and unnatural because for so long, you know, you've been fighting with the anxiety, and now you're going against the alarm and doing something, right? So, of course, it's going to feel a bit strange, a bit odd, a bit unnatural. right? So again, remind yourself that that's okay because you're gonna retrain your brain. There's your objective. You're giving yourself an objective. You're reminding yourself that this is not something to worry about. Second fear is not needed here. You just need to retrain your brain. And then you're going to do something, right? And that something can be big or small. That something can be anything but a coping method. That something can be anything but a compulsion, right? No Name says, kind of say that constantly because sensitized nerves got me all day for a few days. You only have to say it if you're up in your head with negativity, right? If you're up in your head with a bunch of negative thinking, you might want to replace that with a clear objective in the accepting inner voice, right? If you're up in your head with a ton of negative second fear thinking, if you're not doing that, then maybe you don't need the reminder as often, right? Maybe you don't need it as often. But if you are doing that, it is time to practice an accepting inner voice. You need to sort of, slap yourself on the wrist and pull it together and get a new sort of inner voice going on, right? But if you're going around and you're like, okay, sensitized today, I'm going to show my brain the truth, and you're living your life, but there's not a whole lot of negative thinking going on because you've been at this for a while and you know what's going on, you know the deal. You don't have to repeat something to yourself, right? Unless you notice that you're up in your head doing a bunch of negative thinking, then you need to intervene. You need to have some sort of, we call it a cognitive intervention, right? There does need to be some intervention there. You can't allow yourself to continue to do this, right? Basically is what that means. So there's your very, very clear objective, guys. Anytime you're triggered, you remind yourself that's okay because I'm going to retrain my brain. And then you do something. Whatever that something is your choice, as long as it's positive, productive, fun, relaxing. You might have to force yourself to do these things. And of course, it feels like a bit of a force situation because anxiety's screaming at you, hey, you're in danger. You're not in danger. That's what it's screaming. That's okay. We need it to scream that so we can prove it wrong. And, again, you say to yourself, that's okay. It can do what it's got to do. This is an opportunity for me to retrain my brain. And then you do something. Then you make yourself do something. Doesn't matter what that something is, big or small, as long as it's positive, productive, fun, something you would normally do, something you want to do, anything but a coping method, anything but a compulsion, anything but doing what the anxiety wants you to do, right? It doesn't have to be complicated. If you say to yourself, for example, hey, feeling triggered, that's okay, I'm going to retrain my brain, and then you get up and make your bed, that's recovery, right? That's what we're going for. That's recovery. That's healing. That's making a smart choice. That's showing your brain, hey, how could this danger possibly be a real one? Look at me up making my bed, right? Hey, how could this danger possibly be a real one? Look at me taking that shower I need to take. Look at me doing those things full of dishes. Look at me going on this walk. Look at me doing, whatever choice you want to make is up to you. But you get my point. You are reminding yourself of your clear objective. You're reminding yourself that it's okay to be triggered. You're reminding yourself that you're going to take advantage of this to retrain your brain. And then you're getting up and you're doing something that is in line with that. You're getting up and you're doing something to show your brain, hey, all is well. You're not going for the typical Google. You're not going for the typical coping methods and compulsions. You're doing something out of the norm to show your brain, look, I'm not living in this fearful routine anymore, so you can lower the alarm, right? You can lower the alarm. So, sorry, allergies are so bad today. So you get my point there, right? You get my point. That is your clear goal and objective, and I always try to be very clear, and I always try to give a clear objective here on the channel, with the 2 keys. But sometimes it helps to break it down even more like that. Sometimes it helps to get even more specific like that, because some people, understandably, tend to overcomplicate it, and they think there's like a magical set of words that they need that they can't find, or whatever the case may be. So I just wanted to give you an even more clear objective today. When you're triggered, remind yourself that it's okay to be triggered, and remind yourself that you're going to show your brain the truth, right? That can be your accepting inner voice right there, because essentially that is what you're doing, right? And then pick something, anything. You might have to force yourself to do it at first. It'll become more natural in time and easier in time, but after you remind yourself that it's okay to be triggered and you're going to show your brain the truth, pick something. Pick some sort of activity, some fun activity, productive activity, positive activity. It doesn't matter. Pick something out of your negative norm and do that, right? And do that. You can really start to show your brain the truth this way. So, again, I just wanted to do this stream to try to make it even more specific than it already is, right? That way nobody can say, hey, well, I don't know what to tell myself, or I don't know, so forth and so on. I just wanted to give a very clear objective. Now, keep in mind, just on a side note, if you have found something you enjoy to tell yourself, your accepting inner voice, you don't have to listen to my examples. You can roll with whatever you want to roll with, right? If it works for you, it works for you, and that's all I care about. But this was more or less just a stream for those who say things like, well, I don't know what to tell myself, and I don't know what to do with myself, right? This is just a stream to kind of help those people out. So I hope you guys enjoyed it. If you did, make sure you leave a big thumbs up. I would really appreciate it. We're going to move on over to post stream and chat, read some comments, see what everybody's up to. We're going to scroll up a bit in case we did miss any important questions or comments or anything like that. Let's see, post stream, there we go. And now we're going to read some chat. We got Sky in the house today. What's up, Sky? Welcome, dude. So if my heart is beating out of my chest and I'm like, whatever, I'm rewriting my brain. Well, if you're not adding second fear and then you're living, then you are rewriting your brain, right? So the not adding second fear is just the mental part. It's like the negativity. You're no longer going to add the negativity, and that's just going to fuel the cycle if you do add the negativity. So that's only 50% of the equation. The other 50% is then just to keep living your life, behavioral wise. That's what shows the amygdala, the tiger, doesn't exist. So you're 50% of the way there if you're not adding any sort of negativity. And if you want to go the other 50% of the way there, then we continue to live, right? We're not so quick to pick up the compulsions. We're not so quick to pick up the coping methods, things that show the brain, hey, there's some sort of danger here, right? You're not so quick to do that anymore. So, yeah, if you're not adding the negativity, you're about 50% of the way there. And if you're continuing to live positive, accepting, productive, fun, so many labels we can use here, behaviors, then you're going the other 50%. You're really showing the amygdala, hey, look, no tiger, right? Let's see, Kay, thank you so much for the $6 tip. I really appreciate you. Thank you, thank you. Thank you so much. We'll go ahead and add that to the tip goal here. Thank you so much, Kay. Appreciate it. We're on a 177-day streak. Thank you, guys. You guys are awesome. We're going to continue to scroll up, I'm really, really behind. Have to rewatch from the beginning. Hello, Remy. Yes, it was a pretty good stream today. I might seem a little bit low energy. It's because I just woke up, so shame on me sleeping in a little bit late. Hey everyone, hello Jen, hope you're doing fantastic. Facts without feeling the mint. Thank you so much. Thank you. Thank you, Mint. Appreciate you. Wow, we've got 2 tips really quick today. Thank you, Mint, and thank you, Kay. Appreciate you guys. 177-day streak, and we're already at 16. Wow, thank you guys. Thank you so much. Appreciate you both. Thank you. Show them some love in the chat, guys. Facts. Without feeling the panic anxiety, you can't get better. You have to feel it and get comfortable with it. Yeah, you have to feel it because, and I'll tell you the main reason you have to feel it. The main reason you have to feel it is because the anxious brain, right, the amygdala as we call it, only learns while anxiety is turned on, right? That's the only time you have access to the fear pathways, so to speak. So, that's why Dr. Claire Weeks called it facing, because you're going to have to face it at certain times. But you can make rather quick progress if you do face it with the accepting inner voice and positive behaviors, right? Takes a little bit of practice, a little bit of forcing yourself to do that, right? A little bit of forcing yourself to do that. But you're absolutely right. You need it to be there because that's when it learns the most. That's the main reason why you need it to be there. Now, of course, as you make progress, it's going to be there less and less, and that's great too, right? That's the goal. But at first, just remind yourself it's okay if it's there. It's okay if it's there. Let's see. Yes, I too was calm when my anxiety had my heart beat to 130 minutes. 30 beats per minute. Sorry, I can't read apparently today. 130 beats per minute this morning. So proud of you. That is awesome. Keep going. Good to hear. It sucks, but feeling it, we can't get better. It sucks, but without feeling it, and I told you guys, man, I can't read today. It sucks, but without feeling it, we can't get better. I agree. Let's see. What a bro. What's good, guys? What's up, Sanchez? Good to see you in the house today. How you doing? Mr. Big, exactly. I'm proud of her, but I know I can't on recovery. When I was freaking out, I'm pretty sure my heartbeat could have powered New York for a year. Everybody's got their own thing, right? Everybody's got their own thing as far as coping methods and compulsions go. Some people might use like pulse meters. Some people might use phone calls. Some people might call the doctor. Some people might rush to the ER every day, right? Everybody's got their own like little things. Some people use Google. Ooh, and when I say some, I mean quite a few, right? Everybody's got their own little things that they can work on in time. Recovery is not about cutting everything off day one, right? Because that would be really difficult to ask of somebody. Recovery is about taking one step in the right direction at a time, and before you know it, you won't need things like the meter or the phone calls or the visits, right? Wean yourself off in your own time, so to speak. I've always heard it put that way, wean yourself off in your own time. Don't use that as an excuse to never wean yourself off, but at the same time, understand that it's okay to go at your own pace as long as we're heading in the right direction, right? As long as we're heading in the right direction, it's okay to go at your own pace. I'll see if I can get that link for you, Big Up. Give me just a second, though. Mine's there most of the time, and I stay productive and do my best not to add second fear, but it's still here. I do still have trouble, though, accepting the feeling. So basically what you're saying is I try my best not to add second fear, but I still add second fear, right? And that's okay. Again, we come back to going at your own pace. As long as you're trying to work on that accepting inner voice, and as long as you're continuing to live, be productive, and not being so quick to turn to the coping methods and compulsions, because believe it or not, the brain does see this. It notices when you do this, right? It notices when you change your behavior in order to suit the anxiety, and that's why we say don't change anything to suit the anxiety. You just keep living with those positive, productive behaviors. You keep living and you keep working on that accepting inner voice, right? Yeah, it is amazing how far you can come in, what do you say, just 10 days. It's amazing how far anybody can come in just 10 days, right? If you're willing to really make yourself live and to really make yourself work on that perspective. And when I say perspective, I just mean that inner voice, right? It is amazing how much progress you can make in such a short amount of time. It really is. That makes sense because mine is Pinterest types of benefits of blueberries. My coping was to go into negative mindset mode. Silly as it sounds, I'd cope by thinking more negative thoughts. It's an addiction, right? It very much is an addiction. It's one that a lot of people don't speak about a whole lot, but it really is an addiction. Hey, what's up, y'all? What's up, Tony? Welcome, dude. Good to see your face. We've got a full house today. I hope you guys are doing fantastic, amazing, lovely, awesome. If you don't feel motivated right now, if you don't feel encouraged, that's fine. Get up and get started one step at a time, right? One step at a time, right? Yeah, understandable, Remy, if you've got an actual medical issue that requires you to keep certain medical equipment around. But if the fact that you're overcoming your fear of the raised heartbeat is happening, and you're working towards that, and you're living your life, and you've got that accepting, the two keys. If that's going on, that is amazing. That is awesome. And again, it is totally understandable if you've got to keep certain equipment around for a previous health condition. Yeah, obviously that is fine. The fact that you're overcoming your fear of the raised heartbeat by continuing to live right through it, right? Dr. Claire Weeks, see it right through. That is amazing. That's what we're going for. So. Is it okay to say to yourself you're okay, it's just anxiety? Is that a positive inner voice even when you're at the peak of panic? To tell yourself it's okay and to tell yourself that you're going to see it right through. Yes, these are all great things. You find what accepting inner voice you like the best. They're not instant cures. And accepting inner voices are not instant cures. They're not like a magic pill or anything. But at the same time, they do stop you from fueling the cycle. Now, you need to pair that with getting up and living your life, which might take a little bit of forcing yourself, but that is the two main keys right there. So, I can start to feel good improvement, and then PMS hits and I spiral. Try to keep in mind that a lot of people deal with it, right? A lot of people deal with it that aren't necessarily talking about how anxious they are, right? So it just goes to show you that you do have hurdles and you do have certain challenges along the way during recovery, but you can use them. You can use them to your advantage to really drive home everything that you've learned here on the channel if you choose to do so, and that's amazing. Try to see it as an opportunity rather than a curse. Try to see it as an opportunity rather than, oh God, making so much progress, and then here comes this challenge and all progress is ruined, right? Try to look at it as, okay, making a lot of progress, here comes a challenge, gonna do my very best through it, and, I will get through it. So I'm just, giving you little examples of the accepting inner voice, but you find what you like, and you stick to that, and you keep living, and you show your anxiety that nothing can stop you, because truly nothing can stop you. Nothing can stop you. Nothing can stop Tony, Kay, Remy, Jen, nobody, APC, welcome to the stream, Snake, Big Up, no name. I might be repeating names at this point, but you get what I'm trying to say. Nothing can stop you guys from getting where you want to be, except for your own self, your own bad habits, right? Your own bad behaviors. It's time to break out of that negative routine, right? Even if you don't feel like it, and you're not going to feel like it probably, at least at first. Even if it requires some force, and it probably will require some force for you to get up and make yourself do things, and anxiety's there and it's through the roof, but yet you're making the bed. Anxiety's there and it's through the roof, but yet you're doing the yard work, whatever. And the whole time you're just telling yourself, you know what, I'm retraining my brain. This is good. This is good. You might not feel like it. It might not feel good, but you're telling yourself, hey, I'm retraining my brain. And you're getting up and you're taking advantage of the anxiety, and you're showing your brain the truth. So anybody is capable. Everybody is capable. Each and every one of you can live a much better life than you're currently living if you wish to do so. And it just takes a little bit of getting up and saying, okay, it's time for change. Right? It's time for change, and it's time to really dedicate to this. This whole point of today's stream was to give you a very specific, direct set of instructions, which was, if you're triggered, just remind yourself that that's okay, because you're going to retrain your brain, and then do something positive, productive, fun, whatever. Force yourself to do something, and then let that snowball effect kind of happen there. So you've got a very specific set of instructions, which of course is just an example. So it's up to you what you do with that information, right? It's up to you what you do with that information, but everybody is capable. I struggle with the intense anxiety while I'm working, because the intense anxiety causes concentration and memory problems. And the anxiety goes up, then it goes into unbearable mode. So let's replace words in our language like unbearable mode, and let's replace those words. And this is going to take a conscious effort on your behalf. It's going to take a lot more than just hearing it from me, right? It's going to take a conscious effort on your behalf next time you're in that situation, to remind yourself it's okay that it's rising. Right? That's probably something you've never told yourself. See how we got to start doing this work? It's okay that it's rising. I'm going to show my brain the truth, and then you do your work. You do it to the best of your ability. There's no doubt that symptoms are there. There's no doubt that it can be very uncomfortable, and there's no doubt that it might affect your ability to perform excellently, and that's okay. You're still going to do your best. So first step is to remind yourself, though, that it's okay that it's rising. That's the accepting inner voice. The next step is to continue doing the very best that you can at your work, at your job, at your current task at hand, whatever it is. Don't slouch the shoulders. Don't drop the head. Don't run for the whatever, right? You do your very best. You show your anxiety through your behaviors, even if you're feeling really rough on the inside, that, hey, there is no tiger present, right? There is no tiger present. Tony says you can do whatever you want. Agreed. Literally anything. I thought I couldn't go back to my landscaping job because I was afraid of doing physical activity, but I went back. But I pushed myself. Exactly. You can do anything. You didn't think you'd get back to your job? You did. Just start getting automatic thoughts that I'm going to get fired. But here's the thing, don't blame it completely on automatic, because these thoughts may come, right, and they may feel automatic, but at the end of the day, it's us who continues to give fuel to the negative thinking, instead of having an intervention with ourselves and replacing that with some accepting thinking. You got to put it alongside the negative thinking. The habit's there, and that's okay if it's there. You kind of pair this with a new way of thinking, right? And you got to do that part of the equation. Nothing can do that part of the equation for you. So yeah, it might feel automatic and you might have the old habit there, but you've got to have the dedication to pair that, right? You got to pair that with a new accepting inner voice. pair it, pair it, pair it. And that's your job, right? To pair that with the new accepting inner voice, whether you believe it or not, and then to make the positive choices, the positive behaviors. So again, we always come full circle to the two main keys there. Always, always. Even if the old habits are there, right? Even if the old habits are there. All right, let's see. Let's see. Sometimes it's going to show itself, right? No name. Sometimes it's going to pop up and it's going to show itself. Try to see that as an opportunity. I know it's easier said than done. That's probably the most popular comment that I get here on the channel. Oh, it's easier said than done. Nobody's denying that, right? I don't want you to think that. Nobody's denying that it's easier said than done. But, you know, practice is practice. And if you want something better, you have to really earn something better. And you're all capable. You're all capable of earning something way better for yourselves. Just takes a little bit of getting up and doing it, right? Even though you don't feel like it. Now that's going to be the key point there. Even though you don't feel like it, it's going to be about forcing yourself to do some things. It's going to be about forcing yourself to slip some accepting words in there alongside the negativity. It's going to be about forcing yourself to work towards these two keys, right? And it does get easier in time. It does get easier in time. So hello, Olivia. Welcome to the stream. I hope you're doing fantastic. It's good to hear from you. How have you been? Welcome. Welcome. We haven't even got any music going, and that's usually a good sign because that means we have pretty much been doing non-stop talking, so it's not a bad sign. But I did forget our music, so let's get some music going. Feel free to keep the questions coming. Would love to hear from you. Stilettos, welcome. Hope you're having a fantastic day. There we go. Let's get us some music in there just a little bit. Well, it sounds like you're practicing, No Name. It sounds like you're practicing, right? And that's what matters. That's what really matters. Me personally, it was much easier if I just got up, if I accepted that I couldn't sleep and just got up and did something with my time. That was a little bit easier than laying there and trying to force myself to sleep. That never worked for me, and I don't think it works for many people. I feel like you just get even more frustrated and stressed out, which just in turn, the irony is it makes it even more difficult to sleep. So for me, it was usually a better tactic if I accepted, okay, well, I'm definitely not going to be able to sleep right now, and that's okay, right? Remind yourself that's okay, and then do something with your time until you feel ready to try again. That was a much more better way of me going at it than trying to force it, and it's probably going to be a much better way for you to go at it too. Hey Wonder and you lovely people, what is up? Red, hope you're doing good. We're seeing so many familiar faces in here today. This was a good time to stream. Love you guys. Tony says, right, it's the lies we've told ourselves about this anxiety. We go to the worst thing possible, like what if I have a heart attack, but if we can also think what if I have a great day. Yeah, you can pair it, right? Pair it up. Pair it up with the accepting inner voice and force yourself to get up and get started. I think it was, let me see, Remy in chat who said, just get up and get living, right? And some people say, well, I do get up and get living. Well, you need to pair that with the accepting inner voice too, right? We've got two keys for a reason. Make yourself live. Make yourself do things. Don't be so quick to go to the compulsions, right? If you want your brain, and we've been saying this a couple streams, and it's really helpful analogy. If you want your brain to understand that there is no tiger, you have to act like there is no tiger. That doesn't mean just drag yourself from point A to point B. That means body language. That means doing things you wouldn't normally do. That means holding conversations. That means, forcing yourself to do even the little things. You don't have to run around in a panic trying to do a million things, but just force yourself to act like there's not a tiger. If there's not a tiger, act like there's not a tiger, right? That's how your brain's going to get the message. And of course, the whole time, pair that with the accepting inner voice. That's the two keys, and that's really the magic formula, so to speak. You've got the magic formula. Are you ready to use it? Do you ever get to the point in this journey of recovery when you just don't care about the symptoms, thoughts, and feelings? You get to a point where your confidence rises, and I feel like when that confidence rises, you start to look at the thoughts and symptoms as an opportunity, as a real opportunity to continue to put in more work and teach your brain. Yeah, I feel like you'll definitely get to that point as long as you continue to put in the work, right? As long as you continue to put in the work. And like Remy said, then after that, they tend to just disappear because you're retraining the brain and you're healing the nerves, and they just slowly kind of trickle out, right? Writing assignment and so many issues, I just got super jittery, my mind going full speed ahead like I could not gear down. Is that anxiety? Sounds like anxiety to me, Rich, and all this advice will definitely help you out if you're willing to use it, right? Let's see. Pretty much at 95% non-care about my symptoms. I'd love to hear it, Sky. Greetings from Poland. Hello. Practicing right now on a spontaneous train ride. It was a bumpy start. I almost retreated, but I jumped on board, and at the last moment, yay, I love it. I love to hear it. Congrats. That is amazing. That is awesome. Proud of you. Keep it up. We've had so many different success comments today. It's a good day. It is a good day. Excuse me. A lot of success comments today, a lot of positivity today. I love to see it. And congrats. Pat yourself on the back. I know it's not the easiest thing in the world, but you continue to practice this accepting mindset, and you continue to get into the mindset of, you know what, if I'm triggered, that's a good thing, because then I have the opportunity to do positive things, productive things, and really show my brain the truth. So when you start to really look at it that way, that's how you know. That's how you can kind of gauge that you're on the right track. If you can honestly say, you know, when I'm triggered, I do remind myself that that's a good thing, and that, you know, I can then do a bunch of positive behaviors. I can get up and get living. I can show my brain the truth, right? Why did Snake get timed out? Why did Snake get timed out? Did Snake get timed out? Probably an accident, maybe by admin or something. Let me see. An accident by you, Ghost, apparently. Message deleted by Ghost. I don't think they got timed out, though. I think you just accidentally deleted one of their messages, maybe? If you did accidentally time them out, it won't last long. They'll be able to comment again here in just a minute, so no big deal. It happens sometimes. You fat-fingered it, Ghost. It's all good, though. It's all good. You're not the first person to accidentally mute somebody. It's not a big deal. Not a big deal at all. What's up, Wonder Bro? How you been? What's up, PJ? How you doing? We're all feeling very much optimistic. Yes, yes, yes. It's definitely been a stream full of positive comments. I love to see it. Oh no, you're good, Ghost. There's no way for me to forcefully remove a timeout, but the timeout will be over soon. I don't think they last very long, a few minutes maybe at the most. So he'll be able to comment again here in just a bit. I'm sure he forgives you. I'm sure he forgives you. love to see all the positive comments today. I love it. That tells me that most people are listening. Right? Most people are getting my point here, so I love to see it.
If you shop at Walmart, you get it. You eat better by cooking with fresh, affordable ingredients.
Wow, that is the longest it has ever taken me to stop an ad. We got a Walmart ad. I'm sure you all heard that loud and clear. A 10-second Walmart ad at that. Nice. That one caught me completely off guard. I know we said yesterday that we might be doing a night stream here soon. It didn't actually happen yesterday, but I'm still playing around with the idea of that. So I don't want to say maybe tonight and then not deliver, but could be. It's possible. I do miss the night streams, and I miss seeing the different faces. So. Living for 50 years, maybe the anxiety journey matures you a lot. It's just a lot of knowledge on the subject, right? It's just a lot of knowledge on the specific subject, personal experience, and probably too much research, to be honest. But yeah, just a lot of knowledge on this subject. I think it does mature you in ways, though. I can agree with that. Showing Nightbot some love, Sky. I'm so glad Mint mentioned the Nightbot and we were able to fix it up. I don't know why it stopped working on us there for a while, but it's back. It's back and operational. So PJ, the journey definitely placed me in a higher self mentality, no doubt. Yeah, I do agree that it matures you in certain ways for sure. You said sensitization takes time, so I do keep trying to remind myself of that when I feel down about constant anxiety. You got to try to look at it in a new way, right? You got to try to look at it in a new way, not such a second fear way. You got to look at it in an accepting way so that you can take advantage of it, right, with those positive behaviors. So what drives your behaviors? What you tell yourself. So and that's really why we got to work on what we, tell ourselves. And you got to work on the negativity so that you're not fueling the cycle, those behaviors are really going to be driven by your ability to remind yourself, hey, I'm going to take advantage of this, right? Why I told my cousin we can walk on South Beach. So what, you're going for a little bit of exposure? Can't talk. Oh, now you can. Now you can. The timeout is over. He's not actually 12, PJ. At least I don't think so. I've stopped almost all my coping methods since using these methods. I love it, dude. You're on the right track. You're on the right track. That's what I like to hear. That's what I like to hear. That's not what I like to hear. That's what I love to hear. You've got this, Stilettos. Whatever you decide to do, whether you go, don't go, it's up to you. But we got your back, regardless. Regardless. Sorry, Snake. I didn't mean to. It was a mistake. It happens, Ghost. No big deal. It happens, man. Don't sweat it. Kate is here. Hello, Kate. Hello, hello. Kate is here. Lurkin. Well, welcome, Kate. Welcome, welcome. Gets back in bed. You're allowed to go at your own pace, right? You're allowed to go at your own pace. Technically, if I'm not here to learn anything, I'm just here to either complain or ask more questions. So I'm not supporting recovery being here. Which is true. If you're not really here learning anything or to learn anything, right, and you're not applying any of the advice that you're gaining here, then that's true. I have to agree with you. Sometimes people ask me, is my videos or could my videos potentially be a coping method? And I think the answer to that question is, if you're not using any of the advice to your full potential, and you're just kind of here whenever you get anxious, but you're not using, what you hear, then yeah, it could potentially turn into a coping method more than anything. But, if you're here and you're learning and you're here to hang out and you're not just here only when you're anxious, right, for no reason, then, that's fine. Is watching a serious film and enjoying it a positive behavior? Yes. Yes. No, it's not about, when we say positive behaviors, it's not like, okay, the more calories you burn. It's more doing things that you enjoy and doing things against anxiety's wishes, right? Don't confuse positive behaviors with having to be more physically active necessarily. A lot of times positive behaviors do naturally make you more physically active, but it happens, Kay, right? It happens. I think everyone makes that mistake at some point. I think everybody makes that mistake at some point, getting the advice and not using it, which is understandable. Not everybody just takes right off out of the gate with the advice and just starts nailing it, overnight. So it makes sense. Definitely not something to beat yourself up over. What's up, Pandemonium? Good to see you, dude. Hope you're doing great. Hope you're doing fantastic. Yeah, changing your second fear perspectives, no name, takes some work. You know, it takes a constant repeating, reminding yourself that A, it's okay to feel this, because B, you're going to take advantage of it. You know, whatever you want to remind yourself of. Changing your second fear perspectives takes some work, and it takes some repeating. Definitely takes some repeating, so got to get that message across there. Basically, Snake, do the opposite of what anxiety wants you to do in the moment. Whatever that may be, whatever that calls for, right, in your moment. Oh, we got an ad, but I caught it a lot quicker that time. A lot sooner on the ad there. So when I'm feeling anxious and thoughts, and I get my phone out and listen to one of your videos, it's a no-go, just to be clear. It's not really a cut and dry answer there. If you're listening to the videos because you honestly want to sharpen your skills and you want to learn and, you know, so forth and so on, then that's fine. But if you're doing it more or less just because you're anxious, even though you know the advice, you're not using the advice, right? You're not using the advice, then we really need to work on that, right? Yeah, PJ, that's one of my favorite go-to lines that I try to mention to people as often as I can. Just do the opposite of what it wants you to do in the moment, whatever that moment may be, right? So anxiety says, hey, you know, rush to bed and do this, and you say, well, I'm gonna take out the trash, right, or whatever. There's a million different examples, million different moments, right? Oh no, you're fine, Snake. There's no such thing as a stupid question. No such thing as a stupid question, my dude. Ask 'em. Ask 'em. Fire away. Can't remember what to say to myself, which was really the point of this stream, to try to make it even more simple. So if all you remember is to tell yourself, hey, it's okay to be triggered, my brain's learning, and then you take advantage of that by doing what you want to do and getting some things done, forcing yourself to do whatever, that's great. That's all you have to remember, right? There's no specific wording. There's so many different ways you can put it. Do not replace using the advice with just watching the videos. Couldn't agree more with you, Instant Minty. Instant Minty. I know you prefer just mint. I complicate things. I wonder if this thought is okay to follow, if doing this positive behavior, yada yada. I feel like I want blueprint. Yeah, there's no real blueprint. It's just quite literally doing the opposite of what anxiety wants you to do, aka living your life, and just reminding yourself that it's okay to feel what you feel, because you're taking advantage of it and you're showing your brain the truth with your behaviors. Like that's it. There's no like real blueprint, so to speak. There's no real blueprint. No real blueprint or specific thing you gotta do. It's just as long as you remember, right? Do the opposite of what anxiety wants you to do. Give it a big middle finger from the heart by doing what you want to do instead of what it wants you to do. And of course, remind yourself while you do that it's okay to feel what you feel. Call that the accepting inner voice, right? Trying to kill some bounty hunters. Still playing Red Dead? Hey, I'm still playing it on and off to this day. Such a good game. I mean, besides the Hot Pockets of Wonder, bro. I'm burnt out on Hot Pockets at the moment. I never thought I'd say that in my life, but here we are. The Black Betty mission. So many side missions in that game. Noticed I was having fun yesterday with my son and we were laughing, then the anxiety tried to creep in almost as if it wanted me to be happy. No, so anxiety comes on at random times, right? Random times when you've got those pathways in your brain that need retrain. And that's where that accepting inner voice comes in. It's like in that moment you're like, okay, you're fine. You can be here, right? You can be here. You're fine. Be here if you will. I'm going to continue doing my thing, right? So now you see how you've got the inner voice paired with the action. Perfect recipe there. Not to be happy. Yeah, I got what you were trying to say. Yeah, definitely. So now you see how the inner voice pairs with the action. Yeah, I think it's just way overcomplicating it, PJ, which people tend to do sometimes, but it's all part of that learning process. Definitely no like strict blueprint or anything like that. That's what I did. Perfect, Snake. Perfect. Perfect, perfect. Just accept and float another pocket into the microwave. I like that. I'm gonna make that my new life motto, Pandemonium. Make that my new life motto. Next time I feel a little burnt out on the Hot Pockets, I'll remember that. That'll be my accepting inner voice. That'll be my accepting inner voice for the Hot Pocket situation. Float another one in the microwave. Perfect. Perfect. Couldn't have said it any better myself. See, I'm learning new things every day too. We're all learning here. Did you look up the Hot Pocket comedian? I did not. I'll be honest with you. Normally I have the memory of a goldfish, which is like what, 3 seconds long. So no, I have not looked up the Hot Pocket comedian just yet. Need inspiration to make it through this day. Someone inspire me. Let's see. Let's all try to inspire Kate. Let's all try to inspire Kate. Sky says, I'll try. Alright. I'm gonna let Sky go first here. I'm curious. I'm curious now. Kate says, get your ass up and have some fun, Kate. Do your makeup, whatever you wanna. Just don't rabbit hole. There you go. There you go, okay. Goldfish have good memory, do they? How long is a goldfish's memory? Let's see. Scientists have revealed through their studies and research that goldfish can remember and call things for approximately 5 months. Alright. Despite the common misconception that fish in general are not intelligent creatures, goldfish possess a strong memory. That is awesome. Learning new things every day. I arrived at my destination and now I'm walking on the streets of something. At nighttime, something I haven't done in ages. I love it. Love it. You are loved. Get out there and honor that love. Love it. I think we overcomplicate it because it feels complicated and the steps are so simple but so hard and slow acting at times. We overcomplicate it, right? At least in my experience. Overcomplicate it because it seems too good to be true, so you don't force yourself to live because you're like, how could that make a difference, right? How could that make a difference, sort of deal. Y'all want to line dance on Discord? Had to Google my goldfish memory. My goldfish memory statistics. Thank you guys. Christopher, you suck. My inspiration to you would be get up, get your ass off the fucking couch. What are you doing? You know better. Take your blanket, throw it in the garbage. Take your pillow, throw it in the garbage because it's fucking 3 p.m. Get your ass up. You've been doing this for a while. You know better than this. You know better than this. You're not a newbie here. And go and plant more in the farm. There. Now get up and get going. Get up and get going, Kate. What are you doing? What are you doing, Kate? You don't get any respawns. You only get one life. By the end of the day, I want to see 50% more farm planted. 50%, half your property. 90% of your property, I want something planted on it by the end of today. 500 plus seeds in the ground by the end of the day. Let's go. And I want it all done by hand with a handheld shovel. No tools, no anything but a handheld shovel by the end of the day. 500 seeds. No, not by the end of the day. In 1 hour. 1 hour. 1 hour. Kate is a force of nature. By that I mean you have to force her to go potty. Interesting. Interesting comment. Is this true, Kate? Chris sounds like Maddie now. Is that how Maddie is? I don't think I've heard Maddie tell someone quite the impossible like that. Maybe. Kate was by far the most inspiring. Somebody stop by Kate's house and drag her off the couch. It's unpleasant at the beginning, yes. There was a time when I had to take Uber to work because I would have panic attacks on public transportation. Not anymore, not anymore, right? I think you said it best. It's unpleasant at first, but it gets easier as you go along. Kate, I just asked Pixie, and she says you can do it. Mint, cats can't talk, okay? Cats can't talk. You come drag me off the couch. I'm not trying to get beat up. I'm not trying to get beat up. I'll come inspire you, but somebody else can get beat up by dragging you off the couch. Don't go out much, but I'm going to see the new Thor film tomorrow. Don't ruin it for me, guys. Yes, we don't do spoilers around here. We don't do spoilers around here. You don't have to worry about it. My cat can. This is gonna be dark. Dark, dark, dark. I'm just knocking everything over at this point. We're just knocking everything off the wall at this point. Either Pixie can really talk or Mint going crazy. The world may never know. The world may never know. Sherry, hello. Do work the garden most of the day. Today is a planting day per almanac. Go get it. Is it? What can you plant at this time? Maybe I'll plant something today. Maybe I'll plant something today. Probably the Never-Ending Story. You know, I've never actually seen that. I know that's a classic, but I've never actually seen that. Just dug up our potatoes and carrots, have abundance of cucumbers, finally getting red tomatoes. I love it, Sherry. I love it. I've got green tomatoes. Green tomatoes. How did the native flower thing go? I've got morning glories planted out there that are doing great. The whole as seen on TV flower thing that I bought just did not work out. Just did not want to grow. Feeling anxious about a 4-minute drive, but I'm just going to go and do it and practice. Perfect opportunity and perfect attitude. If that's what you decide to do, Snake, we've got your back. Frying up those green tomatoes. They're like babies right now. They're just little babies, but they're getting there. They're getting there. Slowly, but surely, they're getting there. Yeah, I mean, that's what it was, man. It was just like a as seen on TV box of like flower seeds that you roll out. It was strange. I've never really seen anything like it, but they did not work out in the end. Alright, guys. Unfortunately, I cannot go to the 2-hour mark on this stream like we've been doing the past couple days. I've got quite a few things I need to really get done today. And as much as it pains me, I think here in like 5-10 minutes I'm gonna have to end the stream, which means our streak's gonna come to an end. But I can't go too much longer today. I've got quite a few things I really need to get done today. So I know it's might be a sad day, but that's okay because it had to happen eventually. So about 5-10 minutes we're gonna have to wrap it up. Like I said, I do have several things I need to get caught up on today, and I woke up sort of late-ish, so I don't really have much extra time to spend today. So good streak nonetheless. Good streak nonetheless. Yo, Wonder Bro, what's up, man? Welcome. Yeah, I would stay a bit longer, but I've got several things that I'm behind on today. And like I said, I woke up sort of late, so I don't know if I can push another hour, but it doesn't have to be a sad day. It can be a day of gratitude for reaching a 177-day streak. So here in about 10 minutes or so, we might start winding it down. I don't think that record will ever be beaten. Personally, I don't think that record will ever be beaten.
I need a dollar, that's what I need. Hey, hey.
Rick, dude, you didn't have to do that. You didn't have to do that. Thank you so much, dude. I appreciate you. I do have to get out of here early today, so I just wanted to let everyone know it's okay. But Rick comes in and says, "Nah, we'll take it to 178." Thank you so much, dude. I appreciate you. Thank you, Rick. You did not have to do that. Honestly, I was okay with it. You know, eventually it has to come to an end, and that's fine. But thank you so much. 178-day streak. I appreciate you. Thank you. Thank you. I didn't even really want to mention the tip goal because then it feels weird for me because I'm like, I don't want them to think that I'm like pressuring anything. You guys know I don't mention tip goal for that reason. I see other streamers mention their tip goals and it just feels awkward. I can't do it. It feels very awkward to me. I had to mention it today though because I do have to get out of here in about 5 minutes. So but thank you, Rick. I appreciate you, dude. You didn't have to do that. 178-day streak. We're moving forward. We'll spend these last 5 minutes or so together, and then I got to bounce. But thank you so much, Rick. Appreciate you, dude. Rick and Mint and Kay, thank you guys so much. 178-day streak. You are the best. You are the best. Thank you. Thank you so much, Rick. Rick is the hero for today, saving the tip goal. Everybody give Rick a round of applause. Thank you, man. Appreciate you. And maybe that's my fault. Like other streamers that I watch, they don't really have any shame in reminding people about their tip goals, but I just don't because it feels very awkward to me and it feels like I'm pressuring and I don't like that at all. So maybe it's half my fault that I don't remind people. Pandemonium, you really didn't have to do that. I feel a little bad now because I feel like Pandemonium did that, not seeing where Rick did that. And now I feel a little bit guilty about that. So here's what we'll do. We've got Mint in the chat, and we've got Kate, who have much better memories than me. Here's what we'll do. Pandemonium tip 34. So what we'll do is we will have a free day. We will have a free day. We will have a get out of jail card. If you guys can remind me, and I'll try to remember myself, I'll actually write it down or something this time. Because I feel a little bit bad about that because I feel like Pandemonium didn't see Rick's tip. So what we'll do is we'll have a free day. That means next time that we come to the end of the stream and we do not have tip goal, we will have a get out of jail free card and we'll move the tip goal anyway. So one day, when that day comes that we're nearing the end of the stream and we have not hit tip goal, just remind me that we've got a get out of jail free card. So not only did we hit tip goal today, guys, thank you so much, but we also got a free pass today, and we've got that in our back pocket now if we ever need it. So thank you guys so much. I appreciate you. I got a few minutes left here, and then I got to get going. But thank you guys. You didn't have to do that. I really appreciate it. Thank you so much. Thank you. Thank you. Free day is fine, Wonder Bro. Yeah, I apologize for that, dude. I did not mean for people to start sending so many tips. I mean, I'm glad we hit tip goal. I don't want to see our streak end. But I really had to go, so I had to mention it at least. But thank you guys for caring so much about that. I appreciate it. I don't know what I'd do without you. Next time, like I said, we don't hit tip goal, we'll have that in our back pocket. Just remind me, hey, Wonder Bro, you didn't hit tip goal, but that's fine because Pandemonium gave you a free pass. So we'll pull that. We'll use that. So thank you guys. Appreciate you so much. Any last comments or questions, please feel free to ask, and I will do my best to answer those. You got a few minutes left here, and then we're going to get out of here. So thank you guys so much again. Sky, have a great day, everyone. Appreciate you, Sky. Thank you for being here. Kate, thank you for showing some love to the tippers. I would come pull you off your couch and give you that inspiration, but I don't want you to beat my ass today because I know you would. But you're going to have a great day. I can feel it. You're going to have a great day regardless. Let's see. Yeah, thank you for that, Pandemonium. Thank you, Rick. Appreciate you guys so much. Thank you. All right, I don't think we're going to have any more comments for now, questions. So I'm going to get out of here, get caught up, and thank you guys again. I love you so much. I don't think there's anything else I really need to address or say. So yeah, we will be here hopefully again soon. I'd like to do a nighttime stream in the near future, but until then, let's see. Any links I want to share? No, we got Nightbot. Nightbot's got it covered. All right, guys, I'm gonna get out of here. Love you oh so much. Thank you. Have an amazing day. Stay awesome. Hey, you got this, Snake. You got this, dude. I'm still reading comments here on my end screen. You got this, man. I'll drop a link to our Discord if you want to let us know how that went for you. If you want us to encourage you and motivate you, feel free to join us over there. You can also find that link in the description. I love seeing people face their shit, man. I love it. I love it. There's that link. Like I said, you can also check the descriptions. You can also check the descriptions for that link. You don't have to join us over there, but we'd love to hear it. If you want to wait until the next stream to let us know how it went, that's fine too. But congrats, dude. Congrats.